Sunday afternoon. Rainy, cloudy Sunday afternoon. Alright. Have you sit easy cross-legged. Engage your feet. So you're deep in the fronts of your ankles. Don't just pull your toes back. Don't just pull your toes back. Flex your ankles. You bring your hands beside you. You can bring your hands into prayer. You bring your hands to your wrist, to your knees. But work your feet. Go down through your hips. Come up to the back of your neck. Relax your jaw. Close your eyes. Your tongue. And lift yourself in and up. Keep going down through your hips so the tops of your hips to your lower ribs aren't falling forward. And breathe. Long, slow, deep breaths. Through your nose. Alright, when you come to the inhalation, open your eyes. I'm going to have you keep your shoulders level, but see about bringing your right ear towards your right shoulder. So you stretch out the left side of your neck. Now go slow. Then you want to turn your face, bringing your chin in, so you're turning your gaze towards your right hip without losing this left shoulder. Just got your ankles deep. Then coming back center when you inhale, lifting yourself back up. And roll your shoulders. Well, bring your left shoulder forward, bring your right shoulder forward. All right. So again, down through your hips, deep in the fronts of your ankles. And slowly start bringing your left ear towards your left shoulder so you feel what's happening in the right side of your neck without lifting your shoulder, without collapsing anything, but stretching through here. And then slowly turn your chin so you're looking towards your shoulder, your hip, beyond your shoulder. And then coming back center, lift yourself back up. Alright, we'll bring the left hand to the right leg and the right hand comes in behind you. Now if your left knee and hip went forward, fix that. It's an abdominal thing. You go down through your hips, deep in the fronts of your ankles. Now turn your chin. And how does your neck feel? How does your breath feel? Alright, then coming back around. We'll put the other leg in front. So as you bring your right hand to your left knee and your left hand comes down behind you, if your right knee went forward, can you bring it backward? You'd like to stabilize this, so use your abdominals, use your buttock muscles, deepen the fronts of your ankles, not just pulling your toes back. And lift yourself up, lift up through the back of your head. Go down through your hips, go down through your sacrum. You lift up through the pelvic floor. Alright, then coming back around. Alright, we're going to come onto hands and knees. So we're going to come hips towards your heels if that works for you. Release your neck. Again, modify these things however you need to modify them. You want to shift your weight side to side. Alright, so here's your forward. Here's your forward. As you lift yourself up, I'm going to have you, if this works for you, now you may have to come back into easy cross-legged. To bring your hands behind you and lift yourself up. Now this is a backward. The base of your throat is a backward. The tops of your arms are an inward. Get your upper back muscles to help you lift your rib cage. Now lift your chin. Again, so opening up through the hip flexors. Now hug your arms in underneath you. Use the base of your first fingers. Alright, then inhale, lifting yourself up. We're going to come into downward facing dog. Line up your hands. Use all of your fingers. Line up your toes. It's an inward rotation with your legs. So you get these. Can you get these in? Get your calf muscles deep in the fronts of your ankles. Get your calf muscles to work. Get your thigh muscles to work. Release your neck. You'd like your shoulders not to come forward, but the tops of your shoulders to come backward. Your hips level, do you think? Your shoulders level, do you think? Alright, we'll walk the feet forward. Line them up. And then hug your legs, bend your knees a lot. Drop your hips right down. Loosen up your shoulders, your neck. Alright, so we're going to stand up. Can you use your thigh muscles, your glutes and your abdominals to lift yourself up? Can you use these back here to lift yourself up? Alright, we're going to do triangle pose. To your right. Pull your legs in, level off your hips, get your abdominals to work. Keep all of that. Deep in the fronts of your ankles here. Can you feel the tops of your feet? Tops of your toes? So when you come into your triangle pose, your right side, either push down, don't lock your knee, either push down with your right hand or pull the right hand against it. You're using all of your toes. I'm going to have you bring your right hand to the top of your right thigh. Now pull your armpit, move your armpit away from the top of your thigh. Got your kneecaps lifted, got your ankles deep. When you inhale, lift yourself up. We'll come around the other side. Front heel in line with the middle of the back foot. Widen the bones of your feet. Stretching it out. Shoulders are down. Relax your shoulders. Tuck your tummy in. Use the abdominals. Use your body muscles. Don't lock your knees. When you start coming into your triangle pose, your left side. Don't lock your knee. Find your calf muscles, both legs. Alright, so as you bring your left ribs under, I bring your left hand to the top of your left thigh. Now, can you lengthen your left side body? It come from managing your lower ribs, these muscles, serratus muscles on the sides. Turning back around. We're going to do warrior one. To the right first. Notice, bring your arms up like goalposts. Can you level off your elbows with your shoulders and then your wrists with your elbows? So that when you start coming around, again, tops of your feet, calves, thighs, you have to start at the bottom. Can you pull the base of your breastbone backward? When you then bend your front knee, pull energy backward through that foot. Can you keep the action of your arms? You'd like your hips to sit up straight. Alright, and then if you would stay here if you want to, widen your fingers, or you could just take your arms on up without changing the shape of your body. You could lift your chin a bit, but don't let your head just fall back. Widen your fingers, thumbs are backward. Inhale, coming back up. We'll come around the other side. Start with the goalpost arms. So you open your chest and you strengthen your back. Alright, so get the glutes to work. Talk about these right glutes because you're going to take the thigh bone backward, but both sides. Abdominals. Alright, so when you bend your left knee, to keep this right hip around, to keep this the top of this right thigh stable, you have to use the body muscles. So here you are. Relax your jaw. Maybe inch your feet further out, depending. Then if you want, you take your arms on up, keeping the chest open, keeping the back engaged. Right foot, right calf, left calf. When you know you come back up and you turn your feet around, see about jumping them back. Gonna hang down over your legs. Release the weight of your head. Alright, now to come up, if you need your hands on your thighs, do that. If you can use your thighs, your abdominals, and your buttock muscles to pick your hips up, to stack your hips above the tops of your thighs. Alright, we're going to do tree pose, a variation of, start bringing your right foot in, holding your shoulders down. But then start bringing your right foot toward the top of your left thigh and letting your knee come down. Now maybe this is where you've got it. Maybe your foot comes to your knee. We're going to see about a forward. We're going to do different tree pose. We're going to see about coming forward here. Now, if you can, you put your hands to the ground, tuck your chin in. Feel what's happening in the top of your right thigh. All right. So when you're ready, can you come back up and then bring your foot into tree? Hands in prayer. If you want, you bring your arms out and around and up. No. Pubic bone, navel, breastbone, throat. It's all backward, holding the front side of the spine. When you bring your hands together, lift the crown of your head up. Inhale, stretching it right up, and when you exhale, coming back around, hands come into prayer. Alright. We're going to do the other side. Need a haircut. Alright, so when you bring your left leg in, alright, and then you bring your left foot toward the top of your right thigh and let your knee come down. Now, lift up through here. So you don't want to go with the knee. You want to have an opposite here. So then, see about coming forward. It's a little bit different than the other side. Opens up your lower back. You get to breathe. Alright, so then see about coming back up. And bringing that foot into tree pose. If you bring your arms out and around and up. This is a back, it's still supporting the front side of the spine. You bring your hands together above the crown of your head. When you inhale, stretch up, use your buttock muscles. When you exhale, you'd come back around, hands come into prayer. I'm going to shake your legs, your arms. Alright. We're going to do warrior two and make it extended like a lingo. So it's a big step out. Front heel in line at the middle of the back foot. Pull your legs in, get all of these to work. Get all of these, I said this before, your large bones, thigh bones, pelvic bones, your large muscles, support that. Get your buttock muscles to work. It helps you hold the rib cage up. When you stretch your arms out and you bend your right knee, you get this working. Soften your face, lower your chin. And then bring your left hand down, your right hand up. Nice stretch, bring your left ear towards your left shoulder. And then when you come out over your leg, maybe you stay here. You don't want the top of your arm to come into your neck. So pull the top of your arm in. Maybe your left arm comes over your ear, maybe put it here. If any of you wanted to go down onto your ankle. But if your hips go backward and your shoulders come forward, you need to use the glutes more, you need to use the thighs more. Forget to breathe. When you inhale, you lift yourself back up. Going around the other side. Alright, so pull your legs in, level off your hips, get your back muscles to work. Get your back muscles to work, get this to open up. When you pull backward through your left foot, use your calf muscles, both legs. Get deep in the fronts of your ankles. Soften your face. See if your shoulder blades are up or down. Maybe you have to shift them around to know. Right hand down, left hand up. Bring your right ear towards your right shoulder. Then when you come out over this leg, if you get from your outer right foot, get your calf muscles, both legs, to the backs of your fingers here. Don't just rest. Don't collapse this. Long breath in. Keep it lined up. Keep the tops of your thighs in line with your feet. And when you inhale, you come back up. Turning your feet round. Can you jump them back? We'll do one more standing pose. We do side stretch. So from here, again, you'd like this left hip to come around. Use your glutes. Use these. Again, let's do that goalpost there. Elbows in line with the shoulders. So when you start coming forward, you have to use your glutes. You know? How else do you tilt your hips? How else? And the thigh muscles all around. So here you are. Tuck your chin in. And then see about bringing your hands either to your leg or to the floor. Need to rearrange anything. If the top of your right hip's going sideways, could you bring it back in so the top of your thigh stays in line with your ankle? Deepen your ankles, both feet. Tuck your chin in. Use your big toes, use the inside edges of your feet. When you inhale, you lift yourself back up. come around the other side. I'm using a new camera. Alright. The numbers are smaller. Alright, so here, buttock muscles, abdominal muscles, upper back muscles, widen your fingers. So when you start coming forward, can you keep the elbows, can you keep the chest open? Get the glutes. You want the top of your left thigh to stay in line with your foot deep in the fronts of your ankles, both feet. Yeah? So here you are, tuck your chin in. And then if you want to bring your hands to the book or to your leg, you'd like the right hip to come around, turn your right leg in. Get your calf muscles to work deep in the fronts of your ankles. Yeah. Use your feet, use your legs, use your buttock muscles, your abdominal muscles to lift yourself back up. All right. We'll come, have you come onto your back. Feel your breath, lots of breath, lots of breath. You want to go side to side with your knees. We'll interlace fingers under the back of the head, lower your chin, deepen your throat. When you pick your feet up, deepen the fronts of your ankles, widen your little toes. Level off your feet up. So if your feet were against the floor or the wall, they wouldn't be like this, they'd be wide. Hips away from your shoulders. When you exhale, you bring your knees out to your right side. You'll turn your face to the left. Can you keep this left shoulder engaged? Now, can you use this, when you did that goalpost thing, in fact, do the goalpost thing with your arms. Does that make a difference? Are you breathing? Hold your left knee up with your right knee. When you and you come back up, put your feet down. All right. We'll start, interlace your other index fingers. We'll begin with the hands under the head. Bring your legs in. Lengthen your back, lengthen your lumbar spine, your cervical spine, lower your chin. All right, so widen your little toes. Tuck your tummy and pull your lower ribs back. When you start coming out to your left side with your legs, turn your face to the right. Hold your right leg up with your left leg. And then start bringing your arms into that goalpost action. Your knees coming towards your elbow. Press your hands down. You come back up, putting your feet onto the floor. All right, we're going to do 3-stage leg lift, which is everyone's favorite, yes? All right, so as you lengthen your spine, you can bring your hands down here, but if you do that, sometimes the tops of your arms lift up, you'd like the shoulder blades to stay down. You could come here, you could come here if you had room. All right, so you'd like your back waist, when I start lifting my feet, especially to 30, my lower back wants to lift off the ground, my back waist. So find that now, the strength from the front, pull these lower ribs in, pull these front hip bones in. When you inhale, you raise your legs to 30 degrees, widen your little toes. Find your thigh muscles, lift your kneecaps, deepen your ankles. When you inhale and you raise your legs to 60 degrees, deepen the fronts of your ankles. So don't just pull it's not about just your toes, it's about the ankle. When you inhale, you bring your feet toward the ceiling, keeping your hips on the ground. Shoulder blades down. Have a look at your feet. Getting internal with your legs. When you exhale, you lower your legs back down to 60. Keep your chin low, relax your jaw. The base of the breastbone, these lower ribs. When you exhale, you lower your legs to 30. Long, slow, deep breaths. When you exhale, you bring your legs back down. Now bring your legs in, into circles with your feet. And go side to side again. All right. We're going to do half bridge. If you can hold on to your ankles, great. If you don't want to hold on to your ankles, you could hold on to the edge of your mat. So if you pull energy from your feet towards you, do you get your hamstrings to work? Don't do it and do it again. Find it, find it. Then when you're ready, you use those hamstrings, you use the glute muscles, you use the abdominal muscles to lift your hips up. If you want to bring your hands under the backs of your thighs, if you want to interlace your fingers under your back, can you keep the big toes down? Can you keep the little toes wide? Bringing your chest towards your chin. Keep pulling energy from your feet backward towards your hips. And then slowly roll yourself back down. Stretch out your back. Feel your breath. Alright. We'll come on to hands and knees. We'll take the right foot back. Keep your hips level. Hold your shoulder blades back. If you're not sure, collapse. What happens to the base of your neck when then you lift the base of your neck up? And you lift your right leg up. No, not your hip, not this. This is an internal. Alright, so can you take your left arm forward? Open your chest. Press this left foot down. Use your calf muscles, both legs. Yeah. Alright, then come back. And ease your way into child's pose. I'm going to stretch it out. Alright, we'll do the other side. So as you bring your left foot back, tuck your tummy in. And you then decide to lift your left foot off the ground. Hold your shoulders back, tuck your tummy in. This is the abdominals. The hip isn't lifting. Or if it is, can you not? And then start bringing your right hand forward. Relax your jaw and your tongue. Use your right foot. Use your left foot. Use your calf muscles, both legs. Breathe. Alright, then coming back. Child's pose. Back bends. Let's do half camel. So you're going to turn your toes under, right toes under. Bring your right hand to your hip. Can you work the glutes because you want to bring the thigh bones backward in the hip. Let your toes bend. Tuck your tummy in. Now, you don't want to push the tops of your thighs, your belly forward. You want to hold your belly backward. You want to hold the tops of your thighs backward. And then you find your back bend. And put your hand on your foot. Yep. You want to turn your toes the other way. You breathe in. When you inhale, lifting yourself back up. You're not finished until you come back up. Child's pose. We'll do the other side. So turn your left toes and bring your left hand to your hip. Bring your right hand toward the ceiling. This is a backward. Use your glutes. You got your hand right there. Are your glutes engaged? Tops of the thighs are backward. Lower ribs are backward. Base of the neck is backward. It's not how far you go, it's not how long you stay. You gotta bring your hand to your foot. Try not to twist. Do you want to turn your toes the other way? Forget to breathe. Use your toes, lift yourself back up. Child's pose. On your shoulders. Shift your weight side to side. Alright. Downward facing dog. Pull backward through your thumbs, deepen the fronts of your ankles, deepen the backs of your wrists, deepen the base of your throat. Use all of your fingers, use all of your toes, don't lock your knees. Your calf muscles bring the top, the knee end of your shin bones forward a bit. If you were to draw circles around you, it would come down the back, use your glutes, use your body muscles. So all the weight isn't in your shoulders, all the weight isn't in your hands. Use these muscles to hold these bones. All right, then come back down. Just rest, child's pose. All right. You're upside down. So pause it. Do your upside down, come back when you're done. Clock. All right. So when you come into seated, do some circles with your feet. take the legs wide and bring your hands to the inside of your thighs and push out with your hands and in with your legs. Have your feet as though you were against the wall. Now we do these same things again and again. And just see about tilting your hips forward. Can you use your buttock muscles? Can you use your calf muscles? Push your heels down. Come backward through your elbows so you can bring these side ribs forward. Get these serratus muscles to work, your lats to work. Tuck your chin in. You want to release your lower back. Your lower back is that space between your hips. And inhale, coming back up. You bring the legs back in. We'll do Jana Sirsasana. Now, we do the same poses again and again. You learn by repetition. And don't go, oh, we're just doing Jana, we're just going to do this one again. Because there's no way you know all things about it. I've been doing yoga since 1974. Every time I go, oh. If I knew it once, I forgot it. Or maybe it's a new memory for my muscles. All right, so you'd like the top of your left thigh to come back, your long leg, and your top of your right leg, your bent leg to come forward. You want your hands behind you. Maybe this is all you get. If you collapse this foot deep in the fronts of both ankles, this foot here is engaged. So you can find your calf muscles, you can find the thigh muscles, you can use the buttock muscles, you can use the abdominal muscles, because right here, and there's a whole lot of action here, but to get the reaction, it's not this. You want to lift yourself up. If you need your hands on your collarbones, bring your fingers to your collarbones and lift them up. Now, can you keep those lifted up? Keep your foot. Top of the left thigh coming backward, right hip coming forward. Pubic bone, navel, breastbone, third eye center, inside line of the long leg. If your spine's bending backward, if your shoulders up into your neck, can you change that? And maybe you have to come back here. Maybe push forward with your hands here. Maybe push backward with your hands here. This long leg is an internal, deep in the fronts of both ankles. Then inhale, lifting yourself back up. All right, we'll do the other side. So, here you are. This is an active, strong thing. So again, pubic, this center line of your body, your spine, the front side of your spine, you'd like it to turn toward the wrong leg. Now, if you've got some lower back issues, maybe not so much. Engage your feet. Find your calf muscles. Find your thigh muscles. Find this, like this. Now maybe you've strung through here, the glutes and the abs and the thighs, and this foot isn't losing it. You can come this way, but as soon as just remember, bring your hands to your fingers to your collarbones. Lift them up. And you want to keep them lifted up because if you're not moving from here, you're going to move from here and look at, obviously that's not what you're looking for. This is what you're looking for. Tops of your arms need to come backward. What about your left foot? What about bringing the left hip forward, the right hip backward? So right through your lower back. You're opening up through that space. Not closing it up, but opening up. So everything works better. Then inhale, come through your digestion, your elimination, and all of that stuff. We're going to bring the legs wide again. Now, do you need this to find those muscles that work your legs? We're going to bring the left hand back, the right hand forward. Now, don't lose your legs. Now lift yourself up. Lift up through your collarbones if you need, your right hand and right left. Because you want to turn this around. So you're holding your hips steady. Keep that action when you had your hands against your legs. Forget to breathe. Pull the tops of your thighs and get your calf muscles. Press your heels down. And then coming back around. We'll switch sides. Find your base. It's your feet as though they were, so again, if your big toes are coming towards you or your legs are falling out this way, don't go further until you figure this out. Alright, so lift yourself and turn and breathe. looking towards your back hip or towards your back thumb. So you stretch your neck again. And then coming back around. Pull forward and walk your sits bones back. Now can you get your glute muscles to work? Can you get your body muscles to work? Can you pull the tops of your thighs backward? Deep in the fronts of your ankles. Again, if you have trouble with this happening, then hold this up. Oh, we haven't done this one for a while. Put your thumbs in the fronts of your armpits. Lift yourself up. Keep that. Keep that. So that your spine, your chest, your spine, you don't want to crunch the front side of your spine. You've all seen people with women with osteoporosis, men as well, but mostly women, that their back is just collapsed. Their chest, how did they? Inward with your legs, deep in the fronts of your ankles, find your calves. You want the calf muscles to bring the knee under the shin bones up. I mean, maybe nothing you could see, but you can feel it. Your feet, don't just pull your toes backward. Pull the tops of your feet deep in your ankles. And inhale, come back up. As you roll yourself back, you want to do a twist. What do you want to do? Do you want to do that one again where you bring your knees in? Do you want to bring your right ankle to your left thigh and then bring your legs out to the right side? You want to cross your right thigh over your left and your legs out to the left side? What do you want to do? Open up your lower back. Hold your lower ribs backward, whichever one you're choosing to do. Alright, and then change sides. And maybe you do a couple of them. Go like that. That would feel good. I'll do that for a couple breaths. Hold your shoulders with it. Shoulder blades in your back. And maybe cross it right over and go the other way. When you're ready, Shavasana. Settle yourself. We've done lots of different things to keep our minds focused on our breath. And if you have one that works for you that you really like, then do that. So you just scan through your body, whether you start at your hands or you start at your head or at your feet. And just check to see if everything is relaxed. Letting go, letting go, letting go, letting go. Your tongue, your jaw, your forehead is flat. Now, if you want, you could do exhale 1, inhale 2, exhale 3, inhale 4, you'd go to 10. 10 will be your inhalation, go back to 1 for the exhalation. So you get rid of the old breath first, and then there's room for the new breath. close it, start again. Exhale, 1. Just go back. Relax your tongue. Stay as long as you like. When you're ready to finish, roll onto your right side, rest your head on your arm. Starting classes with restrictions and limited students tomorrow, Monday the 18th. See what happens. I will continue to do these videos for those of you who choose not to come. All right, namaste. Welcome.